We are on the road to WrestleMania in this episode of WWE 2K25 MyGM Mode. This is, of course, the Season 3 finale, and we have our work cut out for us here. Basically, all of our rivalries are dead, and we still need to finish up these season challenges to make sure we get that MyGM trophy. We need to be sure that we are the ones who call when this whole shebang is over, and we need that trophy to do so. We're still sitting in a very pretty first place, over 200,000 fans over second place, and the rest aren't even close. And so in order to make sure we get that MyGM trophy, we have to buy all the power cards in the store, which hurts a little extra today because we got hit with the limited stock card, so that really drained our funds right there. But you gotta do what you gotta do. We have promises that we had to fulfill, mainly just telling John Cena he would partner with R-Truth in a match in the next 3 weeks, and that falls on today, and we got him on there. So let me run you through this show we booked out here. We got Kyle Slickman versus Jacob Fatu. Kyle Slickman is the man of unlimited stamina. I swear to God, this dude never gets tired, so we're throwing him in there in a tables match. We got Joe Coffey versus Eddie Thorpe in just a normal mid-card match, just kind of a dud. Same goes for the next match, Brooks Jensen versus JD McDonough. Maybe we can throw them all in a fatal four-way when it comes to the go-home show. And then in the main event, it is the tag team match, John Cena and R-Truth versus Damian Priest and Oba Femi. All faces, which you don't love to see. We're going to go ahead and switch Damian and Oba in the next episode to a heel, but we got to do what we got to do. At least, hopefully, we can get a rivalry started there. We got Carlito going to a face here because he is going to enter in a rivalry with The Rock, who will call him out directly after that. And then we have our women's champ Scarlett going to a fighter because she does not match up with anybody as a cruiser. And that's going to be our very first show in this stretch here. We don't have the assets to upgrade anything, so we're really just headed right into it, booking this dang show where it's at right this second. $28,000 show cost. I'm not expecting the fan return to be pretty from this by any means. The first weeks never are. Kyle Slickman and Jacob Fatu in the opener here. Tables match ends with a Kyle Slickman dub. Just an okay match and no rivalry there, which is awesome. Carlito goes to a face, which worked out perfect. Joe Coffey versus Eddie Thorpe in the first mid-card match with a Joe Coffey dub and mediocre, no rivalry. Perfect. At least The Rock calling out Carlito went over well, and that is a level 1 rivalry. Let's get Brooks Jensen and JD McDonough out there. Probably could have thrown some stipulations on some more of this stuff, but I didn't even check. Mediocre match, a rivalry begins. Scarlett goes over excellent. She is now a fighter, which will work out perfect for my future plans. And the men's tag, I'm not sure if this can even start a rivalry, being that they're both faces. We actually have Damian Priest and Oba retaining, and that was just a good match. But the rivalry's there, man. We are down to get this thing started. The pieces are beginning to align. It was just a good booking for us. A lot of other people had a lot of their promo slots empty, which was confusing, but we got the good booking anyways. Lost 16,000 fans, which hurts a good bit. SmackDown gained 13, Raw lost just about 6, and WCW gained 400. And we did get the season trophy. I thought we'd have to complete 2 more of those, so we can stop buying all the power cards in the shop now. We got to get the tables card, which we completed the tables requirement for our season challenges, and now we're at 7 trophies. Now we have a little bit more flexibility because we don't have to meet those goals. John Cena saying that him and R-Truth really did hit it off. The crowd loved it, and he feels like he's on a roll at NXT Mutiny, and you sure are, partner. We're going to keep that rivalry going. Becky Lynch says at the last NXT Mutiny party she caught Blair double dipping, and that was super rude and unsanitary. She wants to teach her a lesson, and I'm going to say an instant rivalry sounds good. You can fight her this week, partner. On to our second week here. We have the show completely booked out yet again, really just trying to scrape together some more rivalries, and this show actually looks to be a heater. We're kicking it off with JD McDonough versus Brooks versus Kyle and Jacob Fatu in a fatal 4-way Extreme Rules to meet our commissioner goal and get that to the moon card, which will be super useful. A match here just to kind of get something else on the card. We got Indy Hartwell versus Gigi Dolan, a new face to the NXT Mutiny squad in a match here. And then we got a women's fatal 4-way, just a normal match. Becky Lynch, Blair Davenport, Scarlett, and Natalia going at it. And then in the main event, we have The Rock versus Carlito going at it. Just a normal match. The stamina isn't too hot here. And then as previously mentioned, we're having the tag team champs go heel, and then John Cena and R-Truth are going to call him out to push that rivalry along. Looks to be a heater show here, if I do say so myself. It's going to cost us 30 grand, but that is okay with me. The men's fatal 4-way Extreme Rules match ends in a Brooks Jensen dub, and it was a good match, 3 stars. For some reason, Kyle Slickman and Jacob Fatu do not want to start a rivalry, which is not awesome, but at least the Jensen McDonough grows. Damian Priest goes to a heel. That went over just okay. We got Indy versus Gigi. Not expecting expecting a whole lot from this one here. Gigi wins it in a mediocre match, but we get a rivalry. Obafemi goes to a heel as well, so that will be awesome for our tag team rivalry. Becky Lynch, Blair Davenport, Scarlett, and Natalya going at it here. I'm sure this is going to perform better than the men's. Actually, it did just the same, but both of our rivalries moved along, which is great. And then the tag team call out from R-Truth and Cena grows the rivalry. Exactly what you wanted to see. The Rock versus Carlito in this one-on-one match hopefully gains another step in the rivalry. Should be a banger though. Carlito retains his title and it was a great match. Much better than last week, but still no cigar. We're missing some key rivalries going on here. We need some growth, man. We ended that week losing almost 8,000 fans, kind of to be expected. SmackDown lost 300, Raw lost 2,700, and WCW gained 24. So we were by far in last place, but we did get this to the moon card, which is clutch. Being where we are in the season, we're probably going to end up saving it until the draft. Kyle Slickman is saying, my contract at NXT Mutiny will expire at the end of this week, and he'd love to stick around for another $33,000. Brother, I would pay you the entire world. Your offer sounds fine. I'm happy to meet that price, and Kyle Slickman's morale went up to a green smiley face. Becky Lynch is thanking us for the match against Blair. She had fun going up against her. Natalya said she feels like she's the fall guy. I don't really care what you feel like. You haven't done anything for us. Obafemi says he wants to be in a match with Coffee, and I should trust him, and I said that is not going to happen. We don't really need to sparse any feelings this time because we're on the road to WrestleMania. It all resets. And for the penultimate show to the go home show, Natalya demanded that she win her next match. That is all up to you, big dog. I'm not wasting a fixed match card on that. Natalya just needs to do her job, man. If I got to pair off afterwards, I will. We're swimming in it. But this is a show. We got Brooks versus JD, and I'm trying to jam that dang Jacob Fatu and Kyle Slickman rivalry down their throats. Hopefully something can come of this. I mean, this would be a good thing to have on the go home show just to boost the card quality. As previously mentioned, we got Scarlett and Natalya on there. We got a women's fatal four-way. This time Becky Lynch, Blair, Indy, and Gigi going at it. Blair's stamina isn't amazing, but if people get hurt on the way to Mania, at least if they make it to the go home show, everything will be hunky-dory. And then we got the men's tag going at it. This time heels versus faces, how it should be. Hopefully continues the rivalry. I'm hoping to make this one of our Mania matches, possibly with The Rock and Carlito, but it might be nice to use The Rock in one of the matches for the men. We'll see. But we got Charity from Nia Jax, The Rock calling out Carlito because Carlito's walking on stints right now, and Joe Coffey doing some charity. If this man was yelling at me to donate a couple dollars, I think I might just do it. But let's book this show. $38,000 show cost for the week 3 show. Leading into the go home show, I think we have some fine rivalries started right this second. Nothing too hot, but you know, hopefully that changes with this first match here. Ends in a JD McDonough dub, just mediocre. But the Slickman Fatu rivalry finally starts, and Jensen and McDonough are up to level 3, which is great for the go home show. Nia Jax gets us 4,000 fans. Good job, Nia. Scarlett versus Natalya. See if Natalya does her job here. She sure doesn't. She's going to be pissed about that. Just an okay match, but it grows to a level 2 feud. We got The Rock's call out to Carlito doing nothing, which is sweet. We got the women fatal 4-way. Let's see where this one lands with our newly acquired Gigi Dolan holding it down. Blair Davenport wins it. No injuries, no rivalries. Awesome. We're really getting skunked this week with rivalries. I wish we had that boiling point card still. The men's tag, hopefully it can bring it home for us. I'm really surprised at how poorly that men's fatal 4-way did in a 4.5-star classic with our new tag champs. So that's a reliable rivalry we can roll with. All right, I'm scared to see what this turns out. We gained 1,000 fans this week, $99,000. I know we're going to hit a season trophy for revenue, which is sweet. SmackDown lost fans, which is good. We beat SmackDown. Raw beat us, and WCW lost big time. So we did okay. We actually placed second for the week, and there's our next season trophy, big dog. So now we're at 8. So next season will definitely be the last season of this MyGM series. We're going to get a random superstar vetoed, which ends up being Kyle Slickman, my brother. How could you do it to me? And we got hit with the War Games, and we got hit with breaking news, and sold out, and another breaking news, and a veto random superstar. Who's this going to be? Gigi Dolan. Might have been important, but I guess we'll have to work around it. Plus another veto star. Oh my lordy. John Cena. Yikes. Oh lordy. This is going to be a tough go at it. This has got to stop. I'm seriously unhappy. Bro, just leave. We don't even care. Nia Jax wants the opportunity to help out Natalya. Sorry, Nia, that is not going to happen. Get pissed at me all you want. I had high hopes for this go home show, and then we got hit with with every single power card that every GM had. We got hit with 7 different dang power cards there, so that is really gonna hurt us. I guess when you're in first place, they all want to take you down. But we got a good chunk of change, so maybe we can still make this go home show count. With the amount of power cards placed on it booking out the show, we've run out of rivalries, so I think we're just gonna go ahead and search up a male face immortal and see if we can get anybody to just boost up a random match on here. So let's go ahead and search it. We can only do it one time, gonna cost us 50,000, but we got the money for it. And so our search netted us The Undertaker, Kane, and Bubba Ray Dudley. We're gonna go ahead and sign Bubba Dudley to the end of the season, which is basically 2 more matches, and we're gonna sign The Undertaker to 2 more matches. And we're gonna cook up this little number here because this would be a stinker if we didn't throw some heat on there, so we're really gonna have a banger match here. And so being that we just signed 2 huge legends, hopefully that'll help out this show a little bit after all those cards. But this is what our go home show looks like, and I'm sure you'll notice that we have a lot of tables going on here, maybe some Bubba Ray Dudley inspiration there. But it's The Rock versus Carlito Extreme Rules. Hopefully this can get to level 3, which would be sweet, because I'd also like to throw this on Mania. Hopefully neither of these fellas get hurt either. We got TLC Brooks Jensen versus JD McDonough. It's a level 3 rivalry, so hopefully it does something. We got tables Becky Lynch, Blair Davenport here. Natalya versus Scarlett in another tables match, back-to-back tables. And then the main event is going to be Bubba Ray, Eddie Thorpe, and The Undertaker in a TLC match. Should do well. There's no rivalries there, but hopefully with all the star power and overall ring XP, that is a banger. We got Damian Priest and Obafemi calling out John Cena and R-Truth to hopefully move this along. It didn't work last week, but we'll see if the boys can do it. And then we got 3 charity spots from Jacob Fatu, Indy Hartwell, and R-Truth. And I think that's as good of a go-home show as we're going to get here. We are going to scoop up this Get Schooled card as well as this Health Spa 2 card because we need them. Of course, Kyle Slickman gets the ring XP. We need him there for next season. We need 3 more ring XP levels. And let's get it. All of our logistics were set to tier 1, so I could only do a few match types, hence why there are some repeating. $103,000 show cost here. The Rock versus Carlito in a one-on-one Extreme Rules. See where this lands us in a 4.5-star classic. Great work, boys. The tag callout does not do anything, so that's only going to be a level 2 rivalry for Mania. I might need to play a card on that, which is fine. I've been stocking up the cards. JD McDonough versus Brooks Jensen in a TLC one-on-one. JD wins it in a 4.5-star classic. Good show so far. We're doing okay. Jacob Fatu gets 4,000 fans with that promo. Becky Lynch versus Blair Davenport in a tables one-on-one. Really don't care if Blair gets hurt here. Becky wins it and wins her shit back in an amazing match. Indy Hartwell gets out there. 2,500 fans. Nice work. Scarlett versus Natalya. We'll see what this does here. Scarlett wins it in just a good match. Dude, I'm never drafting Natalya again. The ring XP fooled me, but she has not done a dang thing for us. R-Truth got us 2,500 fans. And the men's TLC Fatal 4-Way with 2 Immortals just signed thrown in there. We'll see if they can take it down. Let's see what this comes out to. And The Undertaker wins it in a 3.5-star match. So I could have switched Brooks and JD to get the amazing booking, but that's fine. It was probably a banger. Anyone in attendance would have loved that show. Just a good booking because our main event didn't quite perform the way that we needed it to. I would not have guessed in a million years that JD and Brooks Jensen would have done better. We gained 15,000 fans. I'm sure the other brands are going to beat us out a little bit. 41 from SmackDown, 60 from Raw, and 66 from WCW. All those power cards really hurt us. Really diminished our lead a good bit there. We're down to 130,000 fan lead at this point, but we're at WrestleMania. And we're sold out. We're going to double the cost of power cards. We have to use, actually that is fine because we're going to be able to use the WrestleMania arena anyways. And I don't understand because right underneath the description there it says can't be used the last week of a season, and this is the last week of a season. Veto champ, oh god, just not any of my tag. That's fine. Get Blair out of here. Something came up and Blair can't be there. It's WrestleMania, big dog. What are you talking about? Power cards are going to be more expensive. Natalya, bro, just leave, partner. Sorry, no, get out of here. We don't want you around. Carlito says he is not happy losing his strap. You will get the rematch, Carlito. You're totally good, partner. And as you all know, the most important part booking this show is going to be getting the WrestleMania arena, so it doesn't even matter that they vetoed our nonsense there. This is the worst news that I've ever received. The main event is a men's match, and we needed Kyle Slickman to be a level 25 before the match started, and he is not there. So that means I might have to run through an extra season just to make sure I get that dang PlayStation trophy. But that's okay. That doesn't affect you guys watching that right this second. Let's book this dang WrestleMania. And we got it booked out here. So we are competing for the godlike cards, which means the next immortal you sign this week is free, which will be massive for next season. Hopefully we can win one, if not both. That would be absolutely banging. But we are competing in a women's fatal 4-way TLC match, and we have entered the man Becky Lynch to take it home for us. Stamina isn't great, but that's fine because it all resets. Our mid-card match, we have the tag team boys going at it here in a tables match, which I am going to throw down a power card, get the tables to make sure that that performs. And then we also have The Rock and Carlito going at it in an Extreme Rules match. Both of these fellows may get hurt in this match, but again, totally fine. Bubba Ray's getting out there to do some charity for us, as is Scarlett, to hopefully blow this competition out of the water. And then in the main event, in a men's tag team TLC, we have The Undertaker. Dude never loses. He's a WrestleMania icon, so this is a shoe-in for us. And that's our WrestleMania. We really don't have a whole lot else to say there. I'm going to scoop up this Get Schooled card. Also that bad publicity card, because we need to make sure that we spend some of this money because we can't take it with us. And next season should be a bit of a challenge because we are going to be doing a draft where we draft only the most expensive stars, which will be at a little bit of an advantage because we have this Ruthless Terms card, so we can fire 3 superstars and get their full contract price back. But we're going to have to pick from the leftover stars anyways. It should be a fun draft getting the most expensive stars. We're probably only going to end up with like 9 stars, so I'll be scrambling the first show to get it booked. But let's book this dang Mania, man. It should be a banger for us, and we need to come back after that last week. I like my lead in the 200,000 territory, and we fell out of that. So let's go. $50,000 show cost for WrestleMania. And it is Becky Lynch versus Katana Chance, Isla Dawn, and Trish Stratus in the TLC match. See if we can take it home. Oh, and we actually do. Nice work, Becky. She wasn't even an expert. We just won it out of pure grit and determination. First match of the card, and it is ours. John Cena, R-Truth versus Damian Priest and Oba Femi. We have a power card applied to this, so hopefully should be a legendary match. Looks like the tag champs take it back, and it is legendary. Bubba Ray Dudley gets out there, 3,500 fans. Money well spent last week, I suppose. The Rock versus Carlito in an Extreme Rules match ends in a Rock dub in another legendary match. They were both Extreme Rules experts, so that was to be expected, and 4,000 fans from Scarlett. Nice work, Scarlett. We'll go over the other brands. We got Gallows and Anderson versus Akam and Mark Coffey in a tag match, and Mark Coffey take it away in a legendary match. Self-promo from Andre Chase gets him 4 pop. Liv and Charlotte is breathing on a breathalyzer right now. Liv wins it, no surprise there. Charlotte Flair only injured for 2 weeks. Duke Hudson gets 3 pop as well. They're going to chase you out there just to get some pop. We got Tegan Knox, Tatum Paxley, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark, who win it in a 4.5-star classic. Wolfgang, the boy we got rid of, goes out there and gets himself 1 pop. Good riddance. Triple threat match. Lexus King, Dragunov, and Angel. Why'd I say Alex? In a triple threat, and it is a great match, so not great from Raw there. Flip the Script gets out there, gets himself 1 pop. We got Elton Prince versus Wes Lee, 1-on-1. Wes Lee takes the dub in a backstage brawl, 4 stars. Nikita Lyons gets 2 pop. Everyone's doing self-promo, even though it doesn't matter. Gunther versus Nathan Frazier, TLC 1-on-1, and Gunther takes him down. No surprise there. 4.5-star classic. Our card is looking the strongest right now. I'd say SmackDown is probably right behind us. Eric gains 1,500 fans. Oh, brother, this shouldn't even be close. Rey Mysterio and The Undertaker versus Razor and Logan Paul in a TLC tag match. If all goes well here, we should very well hopefully walk away with both godlike cards, and we do. So that is massive. So next season, we're going to have 2 Immortals to sign for free, which is fantastic. And that's also going to give us a massive boost in fans because we won both those matches. We got 258,000 fans, which is bonkers. SmackDown ends with 206,000, so we blew out SmackDown, blew out Raw, who's just barely hit 200,000, and WCW's came close, but we still destroyed them. We got the next season trophies. So we have 9 trophies total, so we have 1 more season to go through, and then we'll be entered in the Hall of Fame. We're at the Slammy Awards. We had the most steel cage matches, which is very surprising. I think we booked 1. Teddy Long got the Warrior, most fighter superstars on the roster. Tyler Breeze had the Double Trouble, most tag team call callouts, and Eric Bischoff had the most training promos. Take a look at some of our individual stats coming up here. We had the highest total profits, the most new fans, the most rivalries completed, and the highest card quality average. And then some of our superstar logistics. Becky Lynch, just always a workhorse for us, won the most matches. John Cena had the highest average match rating. Kyle Slickman gained the most popularity. Gigi Dolan came to us injured, and she also spent the most weeks injured at 1. And R-Truth had the most matches booked, which is surprising to say the least. But as we enter season 4, that is going to do it for this episode of WWE 2K25 MyGM Mode. I hope you guys enjoyed the series so far. Next episode will be our final draft of this series, and we are going to be drafting the most expensive superstars on the roster, meaning we are going to blow all of our cash getting what we can with the most money and see where we land from there. Our 3 keepers, though, we're just going to pick based on who we want to keep around, and let me know down below who you guys think I should keep as keepers. Keep in mind, I have 2 godlike cards to get us some bangers next season. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode and are looking forward to the next one. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Take it easy.